Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Over the Curb podcast, a Formula One podcast for fans old and new by Formula One fans old and new. Today, we are talking about Baku, and joining me is Hani Badger and Neil. And my tone is like this because this weekend was so boring. Oh my God.
That is the actual representation of how every F1 fan felt throughout the weekend, I guess.
Man, I shit you not. Like now I'm in a city where I actually have the option to go out and watch races. And it's such shitty season that I feel like every time I go out to watch these races, it's like money wasted.
Okay,
But
let's
this
talk
time it
about that. Where are
wasn't.
you now?
I'm in Bombay. But this weekend we
Oh,
went for a watch along and they had a sim setup. Me and Neil, we both hopped onto the sim and we tried driving it. We don't know jack shit. So wasn't that great. But I think we started driving around lap 21. We took our own sweet time. He tried to put in a couple of laps. I did the same. It was around lap 32, 35 when we finally got away from this, like got up and started watching the race. And it was still the same. Like nothing had changed. It was literally the
wow.
same order.
Yeah. Even I zoned out many times. Like for the first initial, like until Max and Perez overtook Charles, I was like watching the race closely. But after that, I was checking my phone, cooking, whatever. I was roaming
Nothing
around
to
here and there.
watch.
Came back to, so when the first stint of pit stops happened, so I came.
Hmm.
I think was it soon? Who is it? Who I don't remember actually. Someone caused a safety car, right? Who
Yeah.
was it?
Who caused? Oh my God. We were so zoned out. Who caused the safety car?
I think
He,
Zoe or DeVries. I think Nick DeVries.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's what I didn't even watch that incident. Someone caused the safety car, and I I ga- I gave gave the attention back to my screen, and I saw the order and how everyone was pitting, and five or
Yeah.
six laps after that, again the same orders.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at who got lucky pitting under the safety car. I think Lewis got unlucky. Max, for some reason, like I didn't understand that Red Bull call. The moment they saw that there were yellow flags because of, I think it was Nick DeVries. So the moment they saw that it was he pitted under yellow flags. Perez pitted
Yeah.
under the safety car, which was like, what is happening? I was surprised to see that call from, I thought Perez would be the first one to come in. That was surprising.
No surprises there. Maybe Red Bull was trying to give an advantage to Verstappen, thinking that
But
the safety car announcement would come so soon. Maybe
but it was very obvious that it was going to be a safety car. There were
it was going to be.
debris.
It was going to be, but
There were debris because of debris, but so
yeah, yeah.
yeah. And man, what else? Nothing happened. I think Nico and Ocon were two people who were on the hards for the entire race, and
Okay,
yet nobody could overtake them.
let's talk about FP1. So I haven't seen FP1. You saw it, and you were like buzzing on the group that this is the most eventful FP1 ever. So
Yeah,
let's
because
talk
people
about
were
that.
crashing. People were
Oh, just
crashing.
the crashes. That's it.
Yeah. Nothing other than that. There was what you
Oh.
thought the grid was closed or everything. Gasly's Alpine caught fire. Alonso had
Hmm.
DRS issues. There were brake problems for Hamilton and Mercedes. Yuki got a puncture, and yeah. So all of that happened in that 1 hour of practice session. And because of the fire in Gasly's car, there was a red flag for around 12, 13 minutes. So it was already cut down short because there was no running. So essentially in 47 minutes, so many things were happening. So I thought that, okay, this race is going to be crazy because you're only going to have one practice session. There's not going to be anything else. And I was excited about the new format, which sucked balls, by the way, just like it was nothing.
I was so ignorant about F1 since the last 3 to 4 weeks. I don't even know there was a new sprint format. I knew there was a sprint race, but I didn't knew there was a new format until like on Saturday. I think I saw there was a sprint qualifying. No, a sprint
Yeah,
shootout.
shootout. Yeah.
So I just saw the notification and I just swiped it to the right. And then in the evening again, there was something called sprint. I was confused. How can there be two sprints?
No, what
And
they've
then
done
I
is they've
texted in the
made
group.
us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've made the Saturday a standalone compressed race weekend. So there's a qualifying in the afternoon and then a race in the night, and that's standalone. Friday qualifying sets the grid for Sunday race.
Yeah,
Saturday is everything new.
yeah, which clearly doesn't make
It
any sense to me.
it doesn't make any sense, and it did not change. Perez won both the races. Charles
Yeah,
was on the podium. Charles got pole in both the qualifyings but could not hold on to those
yeah,
top positions
traditions.
traditions.
But Stefano, he can try something new like reverse gear or something like that. No, why all these unnecessary sprint shootouts, only one
I have
practice
no
session?
clue.
Why all this?
I actually have no clue at all. Like, at least in the older format there was still some jeopardy because the sprint affected the race. It was
Yes.
shitty because you're only giving points to top 8 drivers. There's not much for the midfield to grab, and if you fuck up in the sprint then your race is screwed for Sunday and all those shit. So, like, I'm not saying that it was like a big improvement, but in actuality Saturday was boring because we'd already
Yeah,
seen a
yeah.
qualifying less than 24 hours ago, and it's not like the new qualifying because of the format that they had where they mandated the tires that they had to use medium soft.
Hmm.
It's not like that made qualifying. It was still the same bottom five, then the next five, then the top 10. Maybe with the exception of Russell, because Russell for main race was 11th, and in the sprint he made it to Q3.
Hmm.
But other than that, it was largely the same. And that too, it's like if you made it to Q3 and you don't have a new set of softs, you can't compete. Like,
Yeah,
you have to have a new
which
set,
I
which
think
was
someone
Lando Norris.
faced this issue. Yeah, Lando Norris, and I
And
think
I think Yuki also, but Yuki did not make it to Q3.
so.
Those two were the
Someone
drivers who did not have a new set of softs available.
okay, but still, I think someone finished 11th and he had a set of new softs available, but he couldn't go in, I guess, because of his car crash or something like that. I heard it.
Could have been Alpine, man. Alpine had the shittiest luck this weekend. Like,
Oh,
they were so unlucky, like fires, and so Gasly's fire was caused due to a hydraulic leak, and then they said that there might be same problem for Ocon as well. And then I think in qualifying one of the Alpines crashed in the qualifying for race, and sprint shootout also, I think Gasly fucked up or something like that. So yeah, Alpine team. Logan Sargent
hmm.
in fact could not start the sprint because his car got damaged in sprint quali shootout
Okay. Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. Yeah, it's
Okay,
so
okay.
confusing, man. See, I get it. I get it. Practice is not the most fun session to watch. But in totality, there was like around 70 minutes of running on a Saturday, which
Hmm.
is far less than what the older format would have given, because then there would have been one practice session of 1 hour and then a half an hour sprint race. That is 90 minutes. This quali format, it's essentially the same Q1, Q2, Q3. I mean, SQ1, SQ2, SQ3. And they've reduced the time, they've mandated the tires. But because of that reduced time, I think the duration is somewhere around some 40 odd minutes. And then the sprint race is 30 minutes. That's like 70 minutes of racing.
Yeah.
And it was so boring. I think for F1 to be exciting again, they should get rid of hard tires in the main race.
That I was going to have this discussion today.
Yes.
The hards are not going to be in F1. F1 is going in a direction to be exciting in the future.
Yeah, they should
Hard
go
tire
back
is
to
not the
that
one.
one. The ultra soft, super soft, soft, medium,
Y-
those 4 tires. They should go back to
You
that format.
you won't believe. So when I was having a shower and I was getting these intellectual thoughts, and you said those
As you
thoughts
do.
out.
Yes. Yeah, man,
So
because
yeah,
when I watch those older races also, no, I understand Mercedes domination and everything, but it's still exciting because
yeah, yeah.
you have so many different tires and all of them are like, it's baffling to me that there were two cars who ran the entire duration of race on the hard tires, man. It's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Shouldn't be. The hearts, I mean, in 2018 season also there used to be hearts, but
Nobody used it.
rarely anyone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the orange color ones were hard back then.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the mediums were white.
No.
Uh, yeah.
Mediums were white.
Softs were yellow.
Yellow was soft, and super soft
Red
was
was
red.
super soft and
Ultra
ultra
soft
soft
was violet.
was purple. Yeah.
Yeah, purple, and hyper soft was light pink.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should go back to that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Why did they
So
come back
only then.
anyway? What was their explanation for coming back to hard tires?
Honey Badger.
What is it?
Why did they come back to hearts?
I'm not sure at all. I'm not sure why they changed that spectrum of colors to
Yeah.
they limited it to just three now.
I think
I'm
Pirelli was like, we have to manufacture too many tires with, with too much precision and everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think they can deliver that quality weekend in, weekend out.
But if you have those many choices of tires, it'll be based on the strategy and the tire management also throughout the weekend, right?
Yeah.
You're maximizing your output. Not only it doesn't solely depend upon the pace as well.
Yeah. And make the hards mandatory for qualifying. You can only do qualifying in hard tires and
Yeah, that makes sense.
and no hards allowed for the main race. You can only use mediums and softs. And if they
Yeah,
want to bring
yeah.
back that old configuration, that spectrum of color, great. But when you put in those restrictions, then it makes sense. Because every single race this season so far, the strategy has always been medium hard. And the result is we have such a boring race weekend that there's nothing happening. With the exception of Australia, but Australia was not exciting because there was action going on. It was exciting because FIA decided to do FIA things in the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. But what do you think about the new format?
Heart should go, man. I didn't even have an opinion until I watched the main race. Dude, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what makes it interesting?
Yeah.
Have a Friday practice session. Have a
Hmm.
quali session on the Friday evening or something like that, where you have which sets the bid up for Sunday race. Saturday have your FP2, and just for the sake of it, just for the excitement of it, make a reverse circuit qualifying.
Yes.
No, reverse circuit
Reverse
race.
circuit?
Reverse circuit race.
Yeah, sprint race. Or like
Reverse
a full
circuit
race.
sprint race, just for the sake of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. Full race, I don't think so, because then
But also
they
make
have
it
to.
150 kilometers rather than 100 kilometers. Because then your tire saving also plays into it.
Yeah.
Because 150, depending on the length of the circuit, is going to add another 5 to 8 laps, right? Extra 50. No.
But it will
I
be
don't
a
know.
kind of a feature race again, so I don't want it to be like a feature race.
Yeah, but like it's 50% race distance, right? 50% of the actual race. Full Formula One GP is 300 kilometers. You do a 50% race distance. I don't think that's too
50%
much.
reverse circuit is madness.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. So then like it's, yeah, you say.
Imagine going downhill of Uruj.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That makes it exciting because the back teams finally have a chance to score. They are already starting in scoring positions. They have to just make sure that they hold on to it. And the back market, like the front teams, which will be starting at the back, it anyways doesn't matter. Yeah, it like they will be scoring a majority of the points on Sunday anyways. They will be, right? But it's just there will be overtaking of it. There will be something. But can you imagine Alonso, Max, George, Hamilton, Charles, Carlos, Sergio, all of them fighting to get to the front. Can you imagine? And they'll be fighting each other first. Then they will reach the midfield. But like, can you imagine those battles? Like, there's battles going on at 16th and 17th place to get to 15th. That'll be so
Yeah.
much fun. I don't know why they
Reverse
don't.
grid also works.
Yeah, reverse grid is the best solution to, make it a level playing field. Because I don't
Yeah.
see, like, Mercedes has dominated for 7 years. So I'm not going to say change the rules, oh, this season is boring, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But they're clearly trying to go for entertainment. So just do it right. Do a reverse grid. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
this was a good example of what the sprint format should look going forward. And also, I think, so 2022, did something crazy happen in Baku last year? I don't think so.
22. I think 22. What
No,
happened?
Charles had a good strategy, but his engine exploded. Like, the car stopped. That was it. And it was again a Red Bull 1-2. But Ferrari was actually, for a change, making good strategy calls. Like, that was the highlight of Baku.
And this weekend also they didn't fuck up anything.
Yeah. This weekend also
They were
did
right on point, but they were just lacking the pace. That's it.
lacking the pace. But man, Charles in the qualifying was such a monster. Oh my god, crazy. That was fun.
Baku is his favorite, I guess, because I've been seeing him in from his F2 days. I think in F2 2017 also he came from back of the grid or something like that and won the race. And 2018 a similar thing. He finished P6 or P5 in that Sauber Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, he's been
19
on pole
again.
in Baku 3 consecutive years. 21,
19
22, and
also
23.
19 also he was on the
Front row?
he was on the way to get a pole. I mean,
Okay.
he was out in Q2 only, but he was smashing that weekend smashing all the fastest laps all through the weekend. And in that castle corner, he made a mistake. That's where the meme came.
Oh, yeah.
That
I am
legendary
stupid.
lines. Yeah. So if I mean there are a lot of ifs and buts, but he was dominating that weekend for sure. He would have grabbed pole if not for that incident. As we said, 2020 Mercedes, obviously. I think Mercedes only.
No,
Yeah, it is
2020 we
Mercedes.
didn't go. 2020 we didn't go. It was the year of the pandemic.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
We've forgotten. We're actually watching.
It's a normal year now.
We are actually watching
20
Drive to Survive season 3.
2021. Okay. Yeah. No, I remember.
21 was when Max's tires blew out and Hamilton pressed the wrong button and went straight ahead in the last
Magic
2
button.
laps. Yep, magic button.
Yeah.
2 lap
What
shootout.
was-
He stopped the car. So he had to brake and he did something with the brake and went straight in the first corner. So he was I think P1 or P2 and then he
P2,
dropped.
P2.
Yeah. So he dropped back. So did not. If only he hadn't done that, he would have been a champion. If only.
Yeah.
Now the Red Bull seems unstoppable for now at least.
Yeah.
Sergio Perez is second, and he's also
6 points
Also,
behind.
I don't think. See, don't get me wrong. I don't think the Red Bulls are very faster. I just think that the other cars are slower. Why? Because if you think in 2020 and 2021, the lap records, the race lap records, they used to create new records, right?
Right.
I'm not seeing that from 2022 or 23.
Yeah. So these new regulations were not designed to make the cars faster. They were designed to make racing closer.
I know. But still, there should be significant improvement, right, from the last year.
Yeah, but
If
I
you are
think
developing
they've
a car
increased
for
the
next
ride
year.
height also, right? They've increased the ride height also. See, again, I don't know all this technical bullshit. All I know is that the season is boring. Like, even in 2020, we still had a lot more drivers on the podium than we had in 2022.
the difference was like 9 seconds, 10 seconds difference.
No,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
that was during the Mercedes domination as well. Like, I'm not going to cry about that because that is hypocritical of me to do that.
But Charles
So
Leclerc was like 9 seconds behind Verstappen now.
Yeah, no, that
So
is
my point is, take any season, 2018 or 19 or 20 or any season, either Mercedes or Ferrari used to break lap records.
Yep.
Right. So there was, even in 2019 also, Ferrari in the second half, in the first half, I guess, they had a comparatively not so much competitive car against Mercedes, but still they were, I think in Bahrain, I think Charles broke the lap record, something like that. So these used to pop up very often. And now what happened is that is not happening only. So what I am thinking is Red Bulls are not very faster. They're very much in the range, but the other teams have failed to adapt those changes as Red Bull adapted, is what I feel. I might find
Yeah, you
I
should, we
might
should make F1. F1 should become a spec race.
I
Get
might
spec
sound
cars.
like Will Buxton here. Whoever is the faster team, they'll win the championship.
Yeah,
But
the other teams are slow.
I don't
Yeah.
see, I see a dominance, but I don't see like a Mercedes dominance here in terms of Red Bull here. It's not like that. It's not like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Red Bull was certainly more dominant last year than they are looking this year. But still, we've only had Red Bull winners. We've not even had Ferrari winners. I know this is like the
I
4th or 5th race of the season.
I
But
disagree with that, because last year Ferrari was good. This year Ferrari is lacking pace. At least
Ferrari
they
is
had
lacking pace.
competitors
Yeah,
last
yeah,
year.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They had competitors last year, and it was mostly Ferrari throwing away all the points and gifting it to Red Bull. But this year, I think Ferraris are nowhere close to Red Bulls, and that's why Perez is being seen very often on the podium or in the mix.
Or maybe, like Baku with all its straights and everything. Like, because most cars are dragging. So maybe because so many teams got upgrades this weekend. And still it was like we couldn't see any difference. And maybe because Baku is a street circuit with like very long straights. Like that last section is just a straight and a corner. The entire last sector. Maybe it is that maybe Baku is not where we should we should not use the example of Baku to make our judgments. But man, this format sucks. This new sprint format is not good. And I think this limiting practice thing, I don't understand why people have such a big problem watching practice. I don't get it.
This seems like a Gen Z problem.
Yeah, I know, right? Or maybe we just millennials who don't like change anymore. I don't know why. But
No,
yeah, but like
every
any
sport
new
is
fans
going
that
through the
come
same
into
thing, right?
yeah, but oh my god, is the Super League thing happening? Is it also because of Gen Z?
No.
It will happen soon.
But it is not because of Gen Zs. It's because they want to make more money.
And who's going to give that money? Gen Zs.
No.
You're going to watch.
Yeah,
No.
Neil. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gen Zs are going to
They
give
are
the
the
money.
ones who
You
pay.
don't know.
Gen Zs are the one who are going to give money.
Gen Zs are
Probably
the ones
because of
who
the
are giving.
subscription.
Gen Zs are the glory hunter fans who are willing to spend money because they, like us, are
Yeah.
also not going to have kids and not going to have disposable income because they're social media influencers. They're going to have more income than us boring people doing regular jobs.
Gen Zs are the one who are encouraging T20 cricket. Gen Zs are the one who are encouraging reels than YouTube videos. Gen Zs are the one who are encouraging sprint races rather than the whole fucking races.
Oh my
It's because
god.
of them, I'm telling you.
They want a shorter format of everything.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Their life will have a shorter format.
Oh my god. Such a horrible.
Let's pretend he didn't say that.
This podcast is now an existential crisis. And Gen Zs. Oh, Gen Zs.
सब कुछ shorter चाहिए.
We don't have
You
any
know-
Gen Zs on our team, right?
We don't have, but the problem is now I'm seeing these Gen Zs, all the teenagers who are 19, 20, 21, and I look at them and I think in my mind that fuck, was I like that in my 20s and in my teens?
Probably.
I get that feeling.
Probably. I mean, we might have been annoying. So, but to the 3% of our Gen Z listeners, we are sorry, but we're just millennials who can't cope with these many
Sorry.
changes to the
Yeah.
sorry. We love you 3%.
Yeah, sorry. We are old
The
fucks.
remaining
Sorry.
remaining 97% of you can fuck off. Oh my god. Gen Zs are ruining sport. Hot take.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, definitely.
Glory Hunter fans. Not the 3% who listen to our podcast. They are like me. They did the research and have picked their own respective teams. Oh my god. So that's it. Next weekend is Miami. I'm not staying up for Miami, man. Like it's again going to
might
be a
stay
boring
up.
game. Nah, I don't think I will. Oh man. Should we just resume this podcast now after 2026? Is a question we ask every weekend, every single race weekend. We ask the same
So,
question.
what are the major changes coming up in 2026?
It's
Audi is joining that road. What else?
It's an entire new spec of
Yeah.
Like,
the engine is changing. The entire car is
Engine.
changing. Engine is changing
so why do they have such a huge timeline for that? Long time.
because it takes time to develop it. No?
Got it.
So
Yeah.
every 5 to 6 years, a new technology comes up and gets popularized, and they have to run the trials whether this fits into F1 or not. Same if you see through the years, like 70s and 80s, the control electronics one by one coming into the F1 car. Previously, it used to be completely mechanical, but now it is like 70% electronic and 30% mechanical, something like that. So
Yeah.
all these
They're
things,
getting-
the cars need to adapt to the new technologies, and the
Yeah.
sport has to progress. And it has to go hand in hand with the coming technological changes. So it is a good thing, and it's a healthy window, I guess. The last time we had something change to engine was in 2014, where the
14.
turbo hybrid era started, and
Which
I'm
is where
excited to
Mercedes
see.
dominated.
Yeah. Excited to see what changes and limitations and rules they bring
So, are
in
they
this
planning to go
time.
completely electric or something?
No, they'll never go electric.
Hydrogen.
They'll never go. I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Not
The
hydrogen
fuel will
also.
change.
They'll change the fuel.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there is a major changes in terms of fuel, and maybe the exhaust and engine.
They're planning to become carbon
That's it.
neutral now.
They are planning
Yeah.
to. What they're trying to do is they're going to make the cars more efficient so that they can have crazier calendars where they move halfway around the world 15 fucking times. Oh my god. But honey, I can see the future of Formula One being these short format weekends for 30 weekends a year, and we will still be here cribbing about how boring F1 is.
These Gen Zs, dude, spoiling the whole world.
Yeah.
I'm unable to enjoy any sport now because of these Gen Zs.
But is RCB still losing?
That is there, but still.
Wait,
But I
United
don't
is
have
third.
any.
United is third.
I
Fourth.
don't have any emotions invested in RCB anymore, or IPL anymore, at least.
Yeah, IPL is too long, man. When
And
did
it
it
is-
start? I know it's ending on 28th May. I don't know when it started, but I think it's gone on for long enough already.
Yeah.
Too many matches.
Don't know, don't care.
Yeah, don't know, don't care. Yeah, I'm done with cricket. I was done with cricket, I think, 10 years ago. Football is still okay.
Football is up.
Liverpool won in injury time against Tottenham.
That was a crazy match that we missed.
Yeah, we missed because we had gone to watch the F1 race. If we had not stepped out of the house, we would have been able to watch that match.
You know what the funny fact about that match is?
What?
Richarlison, who else?
Richarlison had 2 yellow cards for celebrating for 2 wrong goals, which were obviously disallowed.
Not in the
And
same match, the season.
Not in the same match, in the season, and he scored only 1 goal for Tottenham until now.
That was the goal where he equalized 3-3.
3-3.
And then 25 seconds
Yeah.
later,
Jota scored.
he got a yellow card for removing his t-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He used to play
Bah.
good in Everton.
Everton, but he has no chance because of Harry Kane and Son.
Yeah.
Isn't Harry Kane leaving?
No, he won't leave.
He should leave. He
He'll
should
die
leave.
there. That's what he should leave. But where would he go now? He's almost 30.
You know what? Welcome to another
Bayern.
episode of Kicks and Curves.
No, because United they want him. He also may want to go there because it's the right time because Ten Hag is there. But the thing is, he had already signed a long-term deal and it'll cost more than $100 million.
But
if
Bayern is
United
also
gets
there.
bought out, in time, then they'll have the money to buy him. The Saudi, some Saudi person is taking over, right? Yeah,
Don't you think Bayern is
Even-
a good destination for him?
Yeah, I think so because He's
They have Choupo-Moting now.
Choupo-Moting.
From straight away Lewandowski to
Yeah.
Choupo-Moting.
Lewandowski to Choupo-Moting. But like for Bayern, it's okay. But I think so he'll be more suited to Manu, Harry Kane, right now, because I mean Rashford would play a good link up with him, like as seen in an English shirt. Yeah, so I think so it'll be good for a good move for him to move to Manchester United next season. But let's see, he's getting old as well now. And United, I think,
Yeah.
only wants to buy youngsters now. But let's see.
Okay. Anything to talk
That
about
brings
the
us
Baku?
that brings us to the end of kicks and curves. No, nothing else. Gen Z, stop ruining. Stefano, stop.
Updates. Mercedes made some upgrades, right?
There's no point in talking about it. They were all slow. Is there even a...
Aston Martin also
Yeah, they also brought upgrades. Everybody brought upgrades.
were of no use.
No use at all. So, moral of the story is Gen Zs
So what
are
are your predictions?
Yeah, we'll do the predictions, but let me first say moral of the story is Gen Zs are ruining the sport. Stefano is trying
Every
very
sport.
hard to please the Gen Z people. I don't know, man, but like the prices are so expensive for Formula One tickets. How are Gen Zs going to attend? Are you telling me they can afford a $600 ticket to Grand Prix? I won't buy a $600 ticket. I have a steady job.
No, it's not.
600.
So F1 doesn't earn only through tickets, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Through
F1
viewership
TV
also.
subscriptions also.
Yeah.
So they're targeting that. If you what is the subscription amount for F1 TV?
For us, it's 3K.
3K. So for example, even if it's $25, if 100,000 people buy that $25 subscription, it's more profitable than $600 tickets now.
But
And it's a steady source of income.
There is, so I'll tell you, this is a classic combination of pleasing the Drive to Survive fans and the Gen Z impatient generation.
oh my god.
Yeah, this is what they're doing. They're trying to please all the people in that bucket, and they're modeling the sport in the same direction. That's what is happening across all the sports, is what I'm saying. Even the Super League concept also doesn't absolutely unnecessary, but the steps are being taken towards it.
Isn't Super League isn't Super League concept just like a Champions League but for English Premier League?
No. Super League was for all the big clubs in Europe, basically the top 10 clubs, like 6 teams
You'll
from.
see.
That's Champions League, right?
No. So Champions League has 32 teams, right? From this lower leagues, I mean lower level of countries also, but there only will be good teams here, top 10 teams. They'll be.
I understood what Mansi meant. So,
but yeah, 6 teams from the Premier League, 3 teams from the Spanish League, 2 from Italian League, 3 from Italian League.
German?
The German and French were not participating. So
yeah, so let's say we have
Portuguese, two
mouth-watering
clubs.
fixture like Bayern versus Real happening. You'll be too excited for it because it happens like once in 3 years or 4 years, maybe.
Oh, so now
But
they're just
now-
going to force make it happen.
Yeah,
Yes.
so those big fixtures will happen every week. So that makes it.
Which doesn't make any sense.
People are excited because it's so rare, no?
But yeah, that exactly. That's the beauty of it.
And also the relegation won't be there. Football is nothing without relegation. If you don't play well, you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
relegated.
Yeah.
So that in those 10 teams, no one will get relegated.
Then there is no point now. But that is the good thing about like the format of Champions League, right? It depends on your league performance. That's how, like, Chelsea's not going to make the Champions League.
Yeah. But
Chelsea won't. There's still a chance for Liverpool. You have to finish in top 4, right?
yes.
We can't do it. So, oh my god, Gen Zs, find another interest. Gen Zs, find a different passion. Adopt animals. Start a new sport that actually no. That's a bad idea.
No.
Take up arts, start a sports that involves people creating art, and it's like a master chef but for artists. That should be their sport. Have that, a Pictionary tournament.
Yeah.
International Pictionary World Cup. You get 2 minutes and
Or else you can try Spell Bee. It's a very good
yeah. Leave these sports for us. We want to enjoy them and die.
we are hating too much on Gen Zs, I guess. Nobody is going to listen to us after this
We anyways
episode.
have 3% Gen Z population that listen to them. Everybody else is old because they are also they will actually resonate with us.
But
Maybe we'll
but
get more
someday,
listeners.
Mansi, according to our wishes, when this podcast blows up and this thing comes on surface, we'll be screwed.
Yeah, but we're not. Hey man, we can remove these episodes
And
first.
and
Second,
you
I
know
don't
the
think we're not like really saying
and
anything
wait
really bad about them.
Yeah.
and
That was
and
just
you
a
know the
joke, by the
irony.
way.
Yeah, it was it. All these are jokes only. But and you know the irony is, if ever we are this podcast is going to blow up, no, it will be because of Gen Zs only.
Yeah, thank you, Gen Zs, in advance.
No,
Please subscribe, like, and share.
now I think this podcast will blow up because of this episode by Gen Zs, and it is going to be very negative. But we are going to get all the millennial listeners because they're like, yes, these people are Gen Z haters. No, I have
Oh
one
my
Gen
God.
Z friend. This is like
Ooh,
Yash.
he's not 2000.
Oh yeah, I have Gen Z cousins who I don't talk to a lot. But if you're listening, hi. Okay, let's then do predictions because we're either going to say that the format is bad or we are going to just talk shit about Gen Zs. So,
Yeah.
Kramer predicted Max, Perez, Charles, fastest lap to Max. Only one McLaren in points, Bottas above Zoe, 3 or more DNFs.
Fastest lap, George got.
George got the fastest lap. My God, I don't even remember. Like, I have not even bothered to check the results. I
George
have
got the
not.
fastest lap. I saw that.
No, I know that, but like I have to look at the results. The race. I don't have the race results.
Oh, you have to look at the
Mm.
classification. You're
I
saying
have to look at the classification. And I
nice.
am I'm so checked out. I just went to the Formula One website. I'm like, where is Baku? Azerbaijan is written there. I'm like, where is Baku? Why have they not listed Baku results yet? Okay.
That's
Max Perez Charles. So you get 2 points for Charles. Fastest lap to Max. That's not. Only one McLaren in points, which is true. It was Lando. Bottas above Zoe. Oh my God. Bottas had such a. But
Yes, right?
yeah, but Zoe DNF. So technically, Bottas is above Zoe. That is 1 point. 3 or more DNFs, there were only 2. So Kramer gets 4 out of 10. Shakuni predicted Max, Russell, Lewis, fastest to Perez. Sprint and race winner different. Who won the sprint? Perez won the sprint, right?
Yeah, Perez won the sprint.
Perez won the sprint. Yeah, Perez
Plus
won
he's-
the sprint.
Yeah, Perez won the sprint.
So that is not true. At least one Alpine in points. Did Gasly make it 2 points? No. So that is also not true. And minimum 2 DNFs, which is true. So Shakuni gets 1. Hanibaji, you predicted Max, Lewis, Perez, fastest lap to Perez. Both race won by same constructor. That is correct. At least 2 DNFs. That is also correct. 2 drivers from sprint top 5 will finish out of top 5 in main race. Who were the top 5? Sergio, Charles, Max, George, Carlos. So at least George finished outside of top 5. Did Carlos did not. Oh, Hanibaji, you were really close.
Okay.
So 2 for you. I predicted Max, Alonso, Charles. So 2 there for me. Perez gets the fastest lap. I said Williams will score points. Mercedes out of point, McLaren out of points in main race, which is not true, and at least 2 safety cars or red flags, which also did not happen. There was only 1 safety car.
Yeah.
So I get 2 out of 10. Ah, man, fuck this. Not doing Miami. There are like, we had a break of 3 weeks and now we have 4 races in the next 5 weeks. Well done, FIA. This is the name of this episode. Well done, FIA. Your format sucks. Your planning sucks. You just suck in general. Oh, but okay. My God, now I'm remembering all the spicy things. So before we oh my God, I'm going to try and find and keep this discussion in the beginning. But did you watch the sprint by any chance?
No.
Okay, so I'll just stick to the main race thing. Did you listen Christian Horner's message to Max Verstappen after Perez won the race?
No. I didn't listen. What happened?
Perez got lucky with the safety car.
Oh.
He was like, well done, Max. Perez got lucky with the safety car. Oh, baby, next time we'll get them. He was like,
This is secret dad over.
Neil's asking if he's his secret dad. Yeah. Yes. Something like Max Verstappen and Christian Horner, I feel like their relationship is like Bruce Wayne and Alfred.
Don't compare. Please, I beg you.
But I feel like that. Like Christian Horner cares about Max the same way Alfred cares about Bruce Wayne.
No, I don't think so. That is different.
No.
Yeah, he does. Like 10 years from now, Christian Horner will be sitting in a cafe and he's going to see Max Verstappen with Kelly Piquet. And he's going to be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, you made it.
The closest one I can say is Walter White and Junior Walter.
Oh
Oh,
my God. Oh my God. Oh, wow. That's a reference. But yeah. So, and you watched the sprint highlights, Honey Badger, but like first lap incident between Max and George.
Yeah.
Big
I saw some videos and I know what happened. And even Charles also, without the front wing, he came to he completed the sprint last session, right? Shootout.
Yeah. I don't think that was George's mistake. He got to the corner first, and Max was like, "I'm not going to back down." And it's Baku. It's not like you have a huge runoff area or anything. If you don't back off, you're going to go straight into a wall. And apparently, Will Buxton was also like, Max, you're calling. It's like pot calling the kettle black. Can you just like tone it down a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Like, it's just again, Toto's also again started saying that, oh my God, stop this Red Bull domination. It's a little bit hypocritical. I will agree. Let me just say
just a little
upfront.
bit.
Yeah, just a touch.
Just
Yeah.
a little
What
bit.
did he say?
F1
Just-
needs to stop the Red Bull.
Why does F1 need to stop it?
Because it's getting boring.
हाँ, तो F1 कैसे stop करेगा?
They'll change the rules and everything. But in my defense, Christian Horner also used to say that during Mercedes
So
domination.
it's okay. They are just going on and on.
Yeah,
Good
it's
rivalry.
not a good rivalry. It's just a rivalry. I
That's
don't
what you
think
call a
there's-
good rivalry.
And it is a petty rivalry. I don't think it is good. But
So
yeah.
good rivalry is always petty.
No.
They can't stand each other.
That sounds like a married couple is going through a nasty divorce.
It's all
Yeah.
like rival clubs now. Any in the Premier League also. They
Oh,
can't
you
stand-
wait till we reach Drive to Survive season 4. You just wait.
Okay, sure.
Just wait.
Okay.
Apparently, in season 5, there is an entire scene where all team principals are sitting and having like a counseling session or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. That was Baku. Not well done at all. I don't think it is Baku's fault. I think the format was shit.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Baku as a track is not suited for these new rec cars. Maybe it's that. You know, when like even last year when we were saying that, you know, the performance, it's very track dependent, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Then I think for F1 to be exciting, I think they also need to look that if the performance of the cars is going to be track dependent, then they can't have these fucking 15-year contract with tracks. Like if you're going to change the car and if you're going to bring that much of subjectivity into the cars, then the calendar should also be designed to play into it. And no hard tires in the main race. Just for the love of God, stop hard tires in the main race.
If
Like
only if FIA listens to us.
No. So if you want to take what do you say? If you want to go on hards, but then that's a 20-second time penalty for you.
What?
Simple.
20 seconds?
Yeah, man, like medium hard strategy. I know every single race it's medium hard, and that's given us boring races because there's nothing. If you got lucky under a safety car, sure, you've made up a couple of places because you pitted under the safety car, did not lose as much time as you would have under a normal pit stop. But other than that, there are not many overtakes happening, or if they're happening, F1 TV direction is not showing it. Be that as it may, nobody gives a shit about overtakes happening at 15th and 16th position. Like there's nothing happening with the top 5 in any race so far. It's not just because of the Red Bull domination. The hard tire sucks. It's just that. Get rid of the hards.
What? 20 seconds is too much.
All right, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and Red Bull can still do an entire race and win the race. He can do it on
Both the Red
hards.
Bulls.
Both the Red Bull. Yeah.
Even Sergio Perez is driving well.
Yeah, exactly my point. So that's why I went for 20 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get into similar existential pain and just general rant about how much F1 sucks next weekend as well for Miami. And
Yeah.
it will be more rage filled because Miami could very well be a very boring race, but we would have to stay up at 1 o'clock in the night to watch that race. So it will be even more worse than this one. This is pretty much the vanilla shit they got. Like Honey Badger and Shakuni have heard my previous rants, and this is pretty much vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you everybody for listening. If you are not a Gen Z, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. If you are a Gen Z, please sign a petition. Tell Stefano that, this experimentation is not needed. There are a lot of other things that are wrong with F1 and they need to be fixed first. If you have any feedback for us, or if you want us to cover anything, or if you want to be part of the podcast, write to us at overthecupodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our Instagram or Twitter. Listen, it's not going to get active. Like, our motivation to create Formula One content is going down every race weekend. If you want proof of that, listen to the last 40 minutes of this podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that maybe next year. You never know. Maybe. All right. Until Miami. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.